Namaskar, Swadika. Good evening. Good evening to everyone who is present here. Today there is, due to traffic, many people are stuck on the way. So from last 10 minutes we are waiting for them, but now I think we should start. So today SVCC, the Indian Embassy is conducting yoga workshop on Pranayama for mental health by Mr. Prasad Rangnekar, a visiting yoga practitioner from Mumbai, India. He has been teaching yoga as a science for changing the mind, body, and life for more than 27 years all over the world. Over the last 27 years, Mr. Prasad's holistic approach to yoga has helped thousands of seekers across 15 countries. He has taught more than 200 yoga teachers, each of whom is spreading the idea of yoga in their own way. So now I would like to invite Mr. Prasad to please come forward and address the gathering. The more audience will come. They are on the way.
So, thank you everyone for being present here. We'll start by uh, we'll start by a common beginning prayer that I usually do before I start my sessions. So just close your eyes if you want to join your hands. If you want to join me, let's start by chanting the Om. So inhale deeply. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So welcome once again. The topic that I have chosen today to speak on is Pranayama for mental health. Out of all the topics, I chose a topic on mental health. Why? Because I don't have to tell much, but we have a crisis at hand, a global level crisis. Things have really literally shifted overnight, so to say, in the last couple of years. In fact, I was reading about an article which says that now mental health crisis has become more disturbing, more impactful than the heart crisis, cardiovascular disease crisis. So why pranayama and mental health? Why mental health per se? So if we are not scared enough, I have some real life statistics for us to get scared a little more. Because fear is effective method of transmission and transformation. But jokes apart, we all know how last 2 years of pandemic, or rather 3 years, has affected us, is still affecting us. There have been traumas that we have not yet understood, even at the level of scholars. They still need to bring the data together to analyze how it has affected us and how the effect is going to be at the level of generations to come. It's not just about 1-2 years, it's about generations. I was speaking to somebody just a few days ago in India, and she told me she has a daughter, 9-year-old daughter, and she said that her daughter is okay, but kids who are younger than her, they have forgotten how to write with their hands, and now suddenly they are back in school, and now they are all challenged. I mean, this is just one, okay? So let's get scared a little bit more with my first slide. Okay. So this is what I was talking about. For the first time, mental health, the crisis of mental health has ranked higher than cancer. When people are asked to think about top health concerns. In a way, this is good because people are at least recognizing that there is something called as mental health crisis, that it is actually a crisis, because mental health issues are usually brushed under the carpet. People are not ready to talk about it openly. So first year of COVID, rates of common conditions such as depression and anxiety went up by 25%. Okay. Increase in prevalence of mental health problems coincide with severity of disruptions of mental health services. Uh, you know, I remember a few years ago, popularly the heart attack was known as the silent killer, right? So heart attack is known as a silent killer. But I think now depression can be understood as the silent, I don't know, killer, but at least, it's lurking under everybody's anger, everybody's distraction. Generally speaking, mental health issues are felt more strongly by people under 35. And I have purposely given the Thai statistics here. Estimated 1 in 7 adolescents aged 10 to 19 and 1 in 14 children aged 5 to 9 have mental health disorders in Thailand. That's a lot. 1 out of 14 kids. And this is statistics that has been officially surveyed. I'm sure unofficial statistics is even more alarming than this. Well, mental health is like, a software issue, right? Our mind is like a software. And when your software doesn't function properly, what's the use of the hardware? Why will you use a laptop which has virus in its software? So, if your mind, which is primarily software, mind is also data, has virus in it, it will definitely affect the body. And that's why mental health crisis leads to physical health crisis. I mean, we know, right? We call it psychosomatic diseases. Psycho means mind, soma means body. Mind-body disease. I have a friend, and one day he got up and he sent pictures of his head, and I mean, I'm smiling, but it was not so, it was pretty disturbing at that time, because he said he was so much under stress that he just got up one day and he moved his hand through his hair and he got a patch of hair on his hand overnight. And this was pre-COVID, okay? So, well, I think this much fear is enough, because sometimes fear helps us move. It's like sometimes I counsel people for weight loss transformations. And they come to me already in a chronically obese state. And then I ask them, so over how much time have you been putting on weight? And they say, over the last 2 years. So my question to them is, why didn't you come to me earlier? Why did you wait for 2 years to come to me for weight loss? And they say, doctor told me. You see, so why am I saying this is because even the general awareness of our own body has gone down. Same with the mental. And mental is even tough. I mean, you can see a person becoming obese. You can feel shoulder pain. You can feel back pain. But we ignore mental pains. we avoid recognizing the fact that we have acute mood swings. And upon that, I'm sorry to say, but television, entertainment, social media is a beautiful way of distraction, right? We just, it's very easy to get distracted and to avoid things that are needed to be done. But I want to assure all of us that even though this crisis is huge, it's almost like a word war at a level of the mind, the solution is at hand, literally at hand. And the solution is breath. Our breath is the solution of this crisis. First level solution. I'm not saying psychiatric level or critical level. I'm saying like a home remedy. Your breath is a home remedy for your mental agonies. And I'm not saying this. The scriptures of yoga say this again and again and again. And I also don't want to be a militant yogi and say believe only in scriptures of yoga. No, I'm also going to correlate science. Because it's just in the last 50, 60 years that science has finally opened up to recognizing that the mind and body are actually connected. And that mind can affect the body, and body can affect the mind, and the breath can affect the mind, and vice versa. So, even though I started off with a depressing note, a pessimistic tone, I want to assure you that the solution is literally at hand. We are carrying the medicine within us to heal our mind. And today I'm going to talk about one medicine of that category, and that is the breath. Prana. Breath is called as prana in Sanskrit. And breath regulation of breath is called pranayama. Regulating your breath. And the books of yoga say, regulate your breath and regulate your mind. Control your breath, control your mind. There is a scripture that says that the mind is a horse rider and the breath is the horse. Right? So if you regulate the horse rider. If the horse trots slowly, the horse rider will also go with it. We see the connection. When our mind is agitated, our breath becomes shallow. Right? Opposite is also true. Have you seen the boxers who enter the ring for fighting? They will not breathe. No, they will not take a deep breath. If a boxer takes a deep breath and enters a boxing match, he will lose. He will be too quiet. He will say, I don't want to fight. That's not what you need, especially if so much money is being bet upon that boxer. So how do they do it? They're jumping. Right? What are they doing? They are activating their mind. They are motivating their mind. But when you want to go for an interview, just before you knock on the door to enter the interview, you go and then enter. That time you don't go like a boxer. Even if you need the job so desperately, you don't enter the interview room with a boxing stance. This This connection we have to recognize. And today I want to give you 4 simple solutions, because we are not yogis of the Himalayas, we are yogis of the concrete jungle, right? So I want to make it as simple as possible, because I don't want all of us to go home thinking that, wow, amazing knowledge, and not apply it to our lives. Okay? Look here, I told you I'm not just going to talk about the ancient science, but also about modern science. Breath, mind related, as an ancient scripture from the 16th century, Hatha Pradipika says, when the breath wanders, the mind is unsteady. And when the breath is calm, the mind too will be steady. Remember, I gave you the example of the horse and the horse rider. Chandogya Upanishad also says, for the mind is tied to the breath. Mind is tied to the breath. And these scriptures, like Chandogya Upanishad, is over 2,500 years. That means the ancient yogis knew how the mind and body is connected. But let's not look at only the ancient yogis. Look at the modern scientific evidence. Breathing practice is an effective non-pharmacological intervention for emotional enhancement. Stromberg et al. 2015. And this includes a reduction in anxiety, depression, and stress. These are scientific citations of researches done on breath practices. Convinced? If not, I'll give you a challenge. Don't agree with whatever I'm saying. Give yourself 3 months. Whatever I say today, give yourself 3 months to practice that. And then write to me. Let us treat this as a hypothesis. It may or may not be true. What Prasad said may or may not be true. Why should I believe in the scriptures? I don't believe in science. But I will try. Okay? Now this is something that is very, very crucial. This is interesting. Look here. Respiratory rate has a direct relation to lifespan. This is like a magic formula for your life. Okay, remember this fact. Look in the animal kingdom. A mouse breathes for 120 breaths per minute, and the mouse lifespan is 3 years. You see, it's inversely proportionate. A sheep breathes for 25 breaths per minute, lifespan 50. Human being, 20, no, something like that, okay? But anyway, look at tortoise, 6 breaths per minute, 150 years. What does that mean? More the breaths you take, lesser is your lifespan. If your breathing, if your breathing is higher than normal, breath rate is higher than normal, your lifespan will be lower. Ancient yogis also spoke about this. How that happens, this is not some ancient myth. How that happens, look, in 1908, a German scientist called Rupner showed duration of animal lifespan and its relation to energy expenditure, basically metabolism. Your breathing faster means your metabolic rate is way too high. You understand what is a metabolic rate? Metabolic rate means the amount of energy your body has to burn for survival. I'll give you a simple example. Mobile phones. If you have too many apps in your mobile phone that are on, you're not using them, but they are on. What will happen to your battery life? Less. Sometimes, sometimes we download an app and we forget. But that app still consumes energy. Let's say that is metabolic rate. And then you're wondering, why? Why does my phone gets discharged so fast? Because you have apps in your phone that you're not even using, but those apps are consuming the battery. And that's why your battery life is so less. And that's why this, you see, more respiration, higher metabolism, shorter lifespan. This is the equation. If you're breathing 25 times a minute, that's way too much. Fast life. Fast life. That's what I've written here. Heavy mind, busy body, higher metabolism. Heavy mind, busy body, higher the metabolism. And that's why there's a very famous saying, live fast, die young. Literally. It's a saying from the 60s, from the hippie times. Live fast, die young, which literally is true. The reason I'm telling you all this, because 1 out of the 4 points I'm going to give today is on this. Okay? Look here. Again, a scientific study. Higher energy expenditure in human predicts mortality. So we are not just talking about yoga scriptures, we are also talking about science. So, the solutions. My first solution is make your breath your best friend. Make your breath your best friend. What does it mean? Create awareness so much that you know your breath is at hand. We do that, right? When somebody is stressed out, what do you say? Don't worry, breathe deeply. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. We say that. We already know it. But now we have to use it. Even not just don't wait for you to get stressed. Like for example, when you're climbing a mountain, or let's say long walk, let's say your bus breaks down or whatever, and then you have to walk 20 minutes in the sun, you can actually fool your brain into believing that everything is normal. We are very intelligent species, but our brain is that way not so intelligent. You can convince your brain to do whatever you want. And you see, that's why, like for example, pilots or more so aircraft, army, Air Force pilots, they have to have a calm mind to deal with the crisis. So my first solution, your breath is with you all the time. All the time. The universe or God or whoever you believe in has provided the solution. Don't forget it. And I'm again saying, don't wait for stress to hit. For example, at night, you can't sleep for some reason. Just sit up and do some deep breathing exercise. We will do that. Okay? So it all starts, the reason I have mentioned this as the first stage is, it all starts with remembering that your breath can help you. Number 2, remember the solutions are simple. Learn to breathe deeply and fully. Learn to breathe deeply and fully. Now, many times what happens is, as a yoga teacher, I'm telling this to you. Many yoga teachers also will give an instruction. Take a deep breath, but they will not say anything about exhalation. Huh? So everybody will take a deep breath, and the exhalation is no, that is not a full breath. A full breath is inhaling deeply and exhaling completely. That air has to go out. Because only inhalation is a stress response. Remember this. Only inhalation is a stress response. If you are just going to take a deep breath in, the brain interprets that as stress. You know how? When you're shocked, what do? You inhale, you don't exhale. If somebody is having a panic attack and you ask them to exhale, they will have even more panic. Yeah, like when you're shocked, when you're anxious, what is the body's response? It is an inhale, it is a sharp inhale. Same way, when you just inhale, your body interprets that as a stress response, not a relaxation response. But on the other hand, when you come home after a long day, what do? Long exhale is a relaxation response. So our life should be this. Exhalation is more important than inhalation. And that's why I've written here, learn to breathe deeply and fully. This is our solution number 2. Deeply and fully. Okay? So what we are going to do now is just keep your hands on your thighs and close your eyes. And just follow my voice. Now, take a deep inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through your mouth. Don't worry about the sounds. Even if you want to go, no problem, okay? No problem. Feel free. Close your eyes. Nobody's watching you. Inhale. Nice deep exhalations. Continue. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Don't think of anything. Just enjoy the inhale and the exhale. Continue. Continue at your own pace. Inhaling through the nose. Nice long exhalations through your mouth. Inhaling through the nose. Continue. Two more deep breaths. Inhale through the nose. One more. Inhale through the nose. Now slowly open your eyes. Wait. Is there more saliva in your mouth right now? Check. Yes? Bingo. More saliva in your mouth means your nervous system has relaxed. Remember, when we are stressed, mouth becomes dry, digestion becomes difficult. This is exactly opposite of it. Wet mouth. Most of you had to just swallow the saliva, right? Immediately. Yes.
How many times do you suggest? Do you
Okay.
recommend?
How many times? As many times.
Do we breathe normally in between, or just deep?
It's a continuous inhale. Okay, inhaling. It's one single breath. And then again. The reason I am asking you to exhale through the mouth is because most of us have become shallow exhalers. So we have to relearn to exhale, and mouth is good for that. Yeah, if I asked you to exhale through the nose, you will just exhale like this. Yeah? So this is just for preparation. I'm not asking you to exhale through the mouth for your entire lifetime, but just to prepare the exhalatory muscles. Okay? So give yourself 1 or 2 months to exhale through the mouth. It's also called pursed lip breath. So you go like this. Exhalation is longer. You want to try that? Try it. Let's check my statement.
I was just going to ask what is the difference when we breathe out? I could go more longer than
Yes. Yeah, because you get it. Number one, because you reduce the outlet. Yeah, number one, because if you go, of course, it's going to be shorter than. In fact, they also in some training organizations, they make people do. It's called straw breath. So you take a straw and exhale in the straw. It's nice. So the reason I asked you to exhale, so the exhalation can be deeper. So inhale through the nose now. Now exhale through the nose. Okay. Now inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. You see, it's longer. Longer. So take it for training. Give it a couple of months till your muscles, because exhalation muscles are slightly different than the inhalation muscles. So they'll get trained. Okay. What's going to happen is, look here. Diaphragmatic breathing reduces exercise-induced oxidative stress. Now, this oxidative stress, in short, is basically body. If your body has oxidative stress, means look here, tomato going bad, bad, bad. What happens is, as we live, no, there is something called as free radicals, or um, okay, in simple terms, when we drive a bike or a car, that exhaust is there, no, that exhaust that comes, that is, you could say, free radical damage. Okay, so basically the metabolic waste of the body, if it does not get exhaled out, it will destroy the cells. And you see, oxidative stress can cause cancer, vision loss, heart disease, arthritis, stroke, respiratory disease, immune disorders. One thing we know after COVID, right? What? Less the immunity, more the susceptibility to COVID. So if you want to improve your immunity, your deep, full breaths is the way. Okay, so I'm saying it again, deep, full breaths. Look here again. Deep, full breaths increase the antioxidant defense mechanism. Many of us take vitamin C tablets. Why? Antioxidants. You have antioxidants even in your breath. By breathing properly, you can have the antioxidant effect. And it decreases the cortisol, increases melatonin. You know what is melatonin? Anyone? Sleep inducing chemical. Melatonin. Right now I saw, after I asked you to open your eyes, some of you like, should have continued, right? At the end of the day, we are all tired, and just 5-10 deep breaths. I'm not saying these 5 breaths increased your melatonin production, but it will happen. Okay, so remember our second tip, deep, full breaths. I purposely put this word when I was making the slide. If I would have just said deep breath, you would have all assumed. Clear? And we saw, I demonstrated, your mouth was wet. That is a relaxation response. Fight and flight anxiety response is dry mouth, pale skin. That's why many people who are stressed, they cannot digest the food properly. Why? Because I have heard 5 to 10% of food gets digested in the mouth. There are specific enzymes in our saliva that are not present anywhere else in the digestive tract. So if your mouth is dry, those components of food will never get digested. They have to be digested in the mouth itself while chewing. So if your mouth is dry, some food components will never get digested and indigestion. It's one of the reasons. Okay, so that second tip, how many times should I do it? The whole day. The whole day. I mean, yeah, look, there are 2 ways. You can take specific time out to do this practice, which will be great. But why? I'm not asking you to roll on your mat and go in upside down position. I'm just asking you to modulate your breath, which you can do anywhere. You are in the BTS going from this station to that station to work. Why not? You see, this is what I'm saying. Solution is at hand, literally. Yeah.
One more question.
Yes.
Is that inhalation and exhalation done in combination with the abdominal muscles? When you breathe in this and when you exhale, is that automatic or is it?
this is, you will use your abdomen anyway. Okay? If you are exhaling deeply, you will use your abdominal muscle. That's why I did not teach you abdominal breathing. I just told you how to breathe. You see, when you exhale, look at my stomach now. I am pushing my abdomens in. Okay, so that will happen. So just focus on long exhalation. You will use your abdominal muscles anyway. Okay, but like I told you, I'm giving you solutions at the basic level. Okay, now solution number 3, very crucial. Learn to breathe slowly. It will happen. Okay, this is just a side effect of deep breathing. The side effect of deep breathing is your breath will become slow. But consciously too do that. Like again, you are in a taxi, you go for a walk. I do this every day. I go for a walk 1 hour or so, very, not like very slow, but not even brisk walk like this. Okay, I go for long walks, 4 kilometers every day, and while walking I do my breathing exercise. Inhaling 2 counts, exhaling 3 counts. Inhaling 2 counts, exhaling 3 counts. So, the third solution, learn to breathe slowly. Why? Because our breath rate is becoming faster and faster. The busier the mind, the faster the breath. And what is the effect of slow breathing? In fact, this is the new buzzword. DSB, it is called, deep, slow breath. And there are many studies on this, many studies on this. The most effective breath rate is less than 10 breaths per minute. But give yourself 3 to 5 years to reach there. Okay? Less than 10 breaths per minute. Usually people breathe 16 to 18 times per minute. Normal urban city dwellers will breathe 18 to 20 times per minute. And I'll give you, I don't have the quotes, but most cancer patients, their breath rate is more than 20 breaths per minute. Okay? So, if you really want to work on some target, this is that target. Over next 2-3 years, focusing on bringing your breath rate down to 10 breaths per minute. Okay? And look at this. Alright? Benefits from one session. Okay? I love this survey that I've quoted it. One session of deep, slow breathing on anxiety in young and older adults. They did the one survey on test anxiety with students. And when they did this DSB, deep, slow breath. So deep, slow breath, as I've written here, look here, 4 seconds in and 6 seconds out. But you don't have to go with seconds and all that. Okay? What we will do now is we will do with counts. So use your hand. Okay? Like this. Look here. Four, 6. Or you count in your head, whatever. Okay? 4 inhale, 6 exhale. If it's difficult, then try. Alright? Come on. Close your eyes. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Open your eyes. Was it difficult? Yes.
Can we have to hold the breath after taking inhale?
No holding. I am not teaching you breath holds at all, because I believe that if you cannot breathe properly, you should not do breath holds in pranayama training. It's like trying to run before you know how to walk. If at home you are practicing breath holds without having a proper rhythm in your breath, then please understand your brain is already anxious of it. I see a lot of people do their pranayams and hold the breath, competing with themselves. Please don't do that. Okay? That's why I said we are not practicing any breath holds. We are just doing inhalation and long exhalations. Okay? So deep, slow breath is the mantra for you. Deep. Remember our second solution. Deep and full. S, slow. Look, just 5 minutes of DSB reduce the psychological stress. Just 5 minutes. Clear? Deep, slow breath. If the 4 to 6 ratio was difficult for you, no problem. Reduce it. Make it 2:4. No problem. 2 inhale, 2 counts inhale, 4 counts exhale. Start small. But remember, exhalation longer than the inhalation. That's it.
And no holding breath.
Don't hold. There will be a natural hold. Understand this. Look. As you go on the top, there will be a natural hold. You are not holding it. It is a natural physiological process. Okay? You know what happens in that breath hold? Natural movement of carbon dioxide and oxygen happens. Okay, so like when you, even the normal, right? There will be a natural pause. When your breathing is more efficient, that pause will be longer. If your breathing is less efficient, that pause will be shorter.
So after exhalation, there will be a natural pause. And
After exhalation, also there will be a natural pause. But if your mind is anxious, those pauses will be shorter. You understand this? If your mind is always in this anxiety, the pauses in which gas exchange happens will be shorter. And that is why gas exchange will not happen properly. Carbon dioxide will stay back, increase the acidity of the blood. That acidity of the blood will damage the tissues of your organs. All this will happen because, the gas exchange doesn't happen. But right now, don't think about all that. Okay? Right now, just give me deep, slow breaths for the next 3 months. Okay? Now do I have one more? Huh?
Straw breath you are putting on the water. Straw breath on the right hand bottom.
Oh, sorry, wait. Straw breath. Straw. Remember, I told you, take a straw and so instead of making mouth like this, he will hold a straw. So you will have some direction. Now the last solution, vibration. Vibration. Okay, first was deep, second was slow, and third is vibration. Why vibration is because, quickly, there is a particular nerve in our body called vagus nerve. It starts from the base of the brain and it's one of the longest nerves. Okay, it connects all these organs and manages their function. One of the best ways to make that nerve efficient is by vibration. And how do we vibrate? By doing something called as Brahmari Pranayama, or in simple terms, humming. So that's what we are going to do now. So once again, close your eyes, hands on the thighs. Okay, we are not chanting Om, we are not singing a song, we are not chanting some Vedic mantra, we are just doing this. Look. So touch the chin to the chest and make the breath little deeper. Okay, so inhale through the nose. As you exhale, how much ever you can manage, don't exceed. Okay, keep your eyes closed. Everybody will do it according to their capacity. Inhale through the nose. Gentle inhale through the nose. Two more times. Inhale through the nose. Feel the vibrations moving to your chest, your ribs. One last time. Inhale through the nose. Okay, open your eyes. Okay, it's simple. No. Just dip your chin. You are not pressing it, okay? Just dip the chin slightly. This is most effective. Again, have you noticed? More saliva in your mouth. This is very, okay? Now look here. Enhanced cognitive control. Cognitive control is a fancy word for mind and emotional control. Was noted among healthy individuals, followed by 10 minutes, only 10 minutes of Brahmari Pranayama. Simple. Okay? So, my solution is very simple. Make your breath your best friend. Turn to your breath for all your crises. Number 2, learn to breathe deeply and fully. Number 3, learn to breathe slowly. Remember, DSB, deep, slow breath. And lastly, learn to breathe rhythmically. That's why singers always will have good lung capacity. Because when they are singing, they are vibrating their vagus nerves. And if you don't have the time, or if you feel little odd to do like this at home, if you don't want your family to show your eyes, sing. Sing. Huh? Like, you want me to sing and show you? No, no, no. If I sing and show you, this hall will be empty in 1 second. Okay, any questions? We'll just take 2 minutes more, sir. Any questions here? Look, I have gone very, 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 very simple because my whole teachings in yoga is to simplify everything.
Can you shortly explain the 1 and 2 because I missed it?
1 and 2,
Yeah.
make your breath your best friend means know that through breath, through breathing, you can regulate your mind. Know it, recognize the fact that you have the power to regulate and control your mind through your breath. Number 2 is breathing deeply. So, inhaling through the nose and long exhaling through the mouth. That's it. That's it. As simple as that. Now, when to do it? Look, all this does not need you to isolate yourself somewhere and do it. This can be practiced anywhere, anytime. And we are dealing with the breath, so it's not like doing excessive exercise, okay? This is just breathing. No amount of excessive will be dangerous. Okay? But if you can take 10-15 minutes every day to consciously do these practices, they'll be better. But in case you don't, do it anywhere, anytime. In the bus, in the taxi, while walking, inhaling through the nose. You see, let's say you get out from your BTS station, your walk to your office is 15 minutes. Every day, as a routine, plug it in your memory. Yes.
If the air is polluted outside, we still do it.
Yes, what to do?
It filters in the nose, right?
Yeah. I would rather have polluted air in my lungs than have no air. Yeah, because, okay.
What about wearing mask? Is it like prohibiting us from taking proper
No.
breaths?
This even N95 mask, it has enough channels to help you breathe. Some people who already have difficulty may find it difficult, but then if you feel it's difficult after wearing mask, then do your practice at home. That is called sadhana. Yes.
What is the benefit of Pranayama?
It vibrates the vagus nerve. And when the vagus nerve is strong, your immunity increases. One of the reasons, okay? Immunity. Yes.
Person in a normal state of mind, not stress or whatever, what is the optimum number of breaths per minute?
16 to 18. But I would, if you're already 16 to 18, then work on reducing it. Remember the correlation, higher the breaths, lesser the lifespan. Okay, one last question, anyone? So, remember what I told you, don't take this on face value, give it a try. I want all of us to enter 2023 with deep, full breaths. And that's why in yoga, the word for life and the word for breath is the same. Prana. When you breathe more, you breathe well, your life will become well. Okay? Thank you so much.
So, can I just say? This is one of the best session I have from last 1 year, and I must say a very nice experience here, and what a wonderful enlightenment towards the yoga and
Thank
the pranayama process, and I will personally follow. And Now we are going to end this session, and we have arranged some sort of refreshment. Please take the refreshment while leaving the premises.
And
Thank you,
we
sir.
take a
Thank you
group
very
picture
much.
also, sir.
Yeah, later.
Yes, okay.
Okay, we can take photo here.